got this 16 Ford Fusion in a little accident, insurance job. If you can see the left front wheel, it just kind of flops around. So we're fixing to pull the wheel off. We done got the bumper cover off out of the way. We're gonna pull the wheel and fender off. I think we've got to replace a lower control arm and a axle. So we're gonna get it off and see what we got behind it here. Okay, we got the wheel off. You can see the axle pulled out of the inner joint there, and the lower control arm is broke at the lower ball joint. We're gonna go ahead and get this old axle out of the way and start getting this control arm tore apart and getting the new stuff on it. Okay, we've got it down to the lower control arm where you can see it. And no, I haven't got the axle out. Walk over here and show you what we got. The axle is still stuck in the hub. We beat on that thing, it will not move. So we've got it out here and set it like this. We took the whole thing off and sprayed it with some WD-40 some PB Blaster actually. Gonna let it sit there a little while and see if it'll loosen it up while I put the lower control arm on. Now here's our old control arm. See the end off of it broke. Here is the new one. Shiny aluminum. Got one bolt goes through right there and two bolts go through there. The nuts is on the sway bar mount right there. So we fix to put this new one back up in there and get it bolted down. Okay, we got the lower control arm bolted on, got it up in place. We got the new axle popped in. We went ahead and called the yeah, people don't like you say junkyard anymore. So what is the correct term? The used parts station. The salvage yard. Anyway, we got another hub because we literally had to take a big hammer and beat the axle out of the hub. I mean, we had the end of the axle swelled up so much that it liked to not slide through the splines. So we went ahead and got another hub because we was worried about the bearing in the one. The backing plate was messed up, so we got a new backing plate. We've got it up in place, got all the bolts in. We've got the tie rod bolted up and the lower control arm at the ball joint in. So now I'm fixing to tighten up the upper strut bolts, get the rotor on, get the caliper in place, make sure everything's tight, put the the anti-lock braking system wire back up, get the brakes pumped up, make sure everything's good, make sure the wheels sit straight, and then go from there. Alrighty, here we go. Got it all back together. The lower control arms in. Should have got a little better video, but I realized after it's too late that I didn't get some video. But anyway, we got the lower control arm in place, the brand new one. We got the tie rod in bolted up. Got our upper strut mounted. The axle we had to beat. I'll show you here. Literally beat the axle out of the hub. You can see the end of it. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but if you can see the end of it, we mushroomed it up so bad that it like not fit through the hub. So we ended up putting the hub on it because we beat on it so bad that we didn't want the bearing, take a chance on the bearing being messed up. So we had to put a hub assembly in it. We got everything bolted up, got the caliper back on, brakes checked out, everything's tightened down, lines back in place, the ABS wires back in place, everything's tightened up. We fix to put the wheel on it, be good to go, get it to the alignment shop, get the front end checked out, make sure there's nothing else, you know, make sure everything else is good. That way we know if a strut, make sure it's not bent or anything like that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm fixing to stick the wheel back on. Should be ready for the body shop. Okay, we got the wheel on. We only put 3 lugs on it right now because we've got a wheel coming and we got to get the new wheel on it and get it over to the alignment shop. And the alignment shop's got some new lugs because I don't know if you've ever had any dealings with these kind of lugs here. They got a thin aluminum thing on them that just tears all to pieces, and you have to beat sockets on them and beat sockets off. So we're just gonna go ahead and put 5 lugs on it. So we beat the aluminum covers off of them where 18 millimeter will fit it good now, and that'll get it to the alignment shop just down the road here where they can put a the new wheel and the 5 lugs on it and line the front end. But that's putting the lower control arm and the axle in a 2016 Ford Fusion. Thanks everybody for watching. 256 Garage out.